What's up? What is up? So, it is what time is it? It is 11:23 here in San Francisco, and I want to take a moment to talk about something interesting. Um, of course, you guys know that I have a 9-month old, and I've been talking to a lot of other single mothers as of lately about child support and stuff that revolves around DNA testing, things of that nature. When I was pregnant with my son's father asked for child support. Okay, he was kind of smug with it. It's like he knew he wasn't going to be around our son, so he was like, "I'll pay child support," like out of pity and shit. "I'll pay child support," like tapping me on my shoulder. "It's okay. I'll pay child support." And I was like, this bitch nigga has no clue. Like, my thing, and I tried to explain this to him then, and in a couple of other videos I did about child support, that I wasn't interested in him taking care of our son financially. I was more interested in him actually being there for our son, because I never, needed my son's father for his money, because he never really had any money to begin with. So it was like, honey, I know when I'm at my full potential, I'm working my ass off. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, making a significant amount of money. I'm doing well with my money. Everything is working out fine. Hold on, let me say. This lady don't know how to park. She all parking all close to my vehicle and shit. Like, what are you doing, lady? Like, are you crazy? You ain't gonna be able to get out your car. Hold on. Yeah, get out, you stupid heifer. Like, some people just don't know how to drive. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, hello. Okay, so wait, let me back up some, because I don't want to hit her car or my car or nothing. Okay, wait. So anyway, he asked to be on child support, and I was like, I want you to be there for our son. I don't need your money. I'll make more money than you. My multiple sources of income, you only got one, and you're only making about $400 a week, right? So $400 a week is barely anything in Georgia. And in Georgia, I was actually making, when I would get a regular job, I would be making $30 an hour. I'm an IT, so I've always made a substantial amount of money. That's what happens when you graduate from high school, when you go to college, when you get computer certifications, when you actually get your education and do what you need to do in order to have a decent income. This is what happens. And so I put forth a lot of energy to make sure that I could always have a decent job if, my entertainment career didn't work out well. Then on top of that, I get my YouTube paycheck, right? So my YouTube paycheck is pretty good a month. Now, when I'm uploading, you know what I mean? There are times when I'm not even paying attention and not even putting up the quality, content I'm supposed to put up in order to get the views. You know what I mean? So I've just been, like, as of lately, I haven't even been doing that. So even with me not doing that, I'm making about $1,000 to $4,000 a month off my YouTube channel, with me barely posting, with me doing like these little raggedy live streams. So that tells you where I stand with my YouTube channel. Okay, if I sit down and I put forth the energy that I'm supposed to into my channel, I could get about $5,000 to $10,000. Okay, and the reason why it's like that is because I do evergreen videos, which are videos that are uh, videos that could have a little bit of views, like when I first uploaded, but with time something could pop off, and that video, after it's made a certain amount of hits, it could like skyrocket. It could go viral suddenly. And I have 3 videos that I posted over a year ago that are going viral right now, that I posted over a year ago, and they're making me more money than anything that I've did recently. So that's why I do evergreen videos. So anyway, I have that source of income. So my regular job, my YouTube channel, my graphic design business. Okay, those are 3 things that I'm doing. And sometimes when I have free time, I drive Uber, right? So that's 4 sources of income right there. Okay, now with my regular job, right, I don't even make as much money here in California with my regular job as I did in Atlanta, because I don't do what I did in Atlanta, and I don't do that purposely because I have a baby. I don't want to have a job to where I have to put that much energy and that much time into it, a regular job. So anyway, I knew for a fact that my son's father lied about his place of residency once he found out he was going to be on child support. He tried to lie and say he moved out of state. Then he tried to lie to me and say that he was unemployed, and then someone ended up seeing him at his job. So I confronted him about it, and he's like, "Oh, you're sending people to my job." I'm like, "No, I'm not sending people to your job. People are seeing you at your job because you work in one of those places where people will consistently see you. You work in like one of those major places that people go in and out of all of the time. They're going to see you." So they were telling me, nah, he has a job. I saw him. Now this was months ago. Okay. Now I don't know what he's doing now, but I do know when I was dating him, which was in 2017, the job that he had, they didn't want to keep him unless he went and got his GED. Now, those of you who know the story of me and my son's father, he doesn't have his GED. And I did whatever I could to make sure he got his GED. And it was just a hard process, because when you're dealing with someone that doesn't want to get it, then it's like you're forcing someone to do something they don't want to do. And you can't help somebody improve their life when they don't want to improve. And so this is 2017. I knew, oh, he's going to lose this job he loves so much if he doesn't get his GED, because that was one of the requirements at his job. And so, anyway, fast forward to earlier this year. Matter of fact, he hadn't called to check on me. He didn't call through my pregnancy. I tried to reach out to him so he could come down for my son's birth. He didn't do that. Nothing he was supposed to do, he did. All of the emails I sent him about my pregnancy, sending him ultrasounds, sending him updates, doctor's appointments. I did all of this when I was pregnant. So by the time I gave birth to my son, I was done with him. I was just like, you know what? This dude is just not trying to be there. Now, it's unfortunate because, like I said to everyone, we planned on having kids together. Our son just came a lot faster, and then I realized, after talking to my son's father, that he really, I guess, was winging it, trying to figure out what type of man he wanted to be. Okay, so he didn't know if he wanted to be husband, father, single, fucking people, back with his ex, stay with me. He was just confused about his life. 38 years old, simply confused about what he wants, who he wants to be, his career. He had no idea, basically. And I'm not finding this out until after it's too late. So anyway, I decided to move to California, move on with my life. He was supposed to come to California with me, and unfortunately, it didn't go down like that, because I guess he felt like, when I got pregnant and I got sick, that I wouldn't be financially in a good place. And I always told him, honey, as long as Soncerae got all 4 of her limbs, and as long as Soncerae is alive and breathing, I'm going to have some money. Soncerae is going to have some money, because I'm the type of person, I hustle hard. I go out there and I get bread, because I'm big on survival. I want to eat what I want. I want to go where I want. I want to drive where I want. I want to live where I want. And in order for that to happen, I have to have like crazy hustle. You know what I'm saying? So I'm that type of person. So I said to him, I'm going to always have money. So I guess he assumed, because I was sick and I wasn't making any money anymore, that would be how I was forever, instead of just realizing, oh, this must be sick. And it's time for me to, kick into gear. She's pregnant. She's having a hard time with her pregnancy. She's over fucking 30, 35. I'm 38, over here pregnant. I'm struggling with my pregnancy, a pregnancy that I struggle to even have over here. And instead of him having a little bit of compassion for that and kicking into gear, this nigga decides to come home every day talking about the women that he wants to fuck at his job. So priorities was all screwed up. And this was the first time I ever seen him be priorities all screwed up. During my pregnancy, that's just how he was. He wasn't like that before. He became that man after. And I was just like, this dude is so confused about life. So earlier this year, I get a call from him wanting to turn over a new leaf. It's New Year's Day. He's like, I want to turn over a new leaf. I want you to take me off child support, because if you put me on child support, it's going to complicate things even more. And I'm thinking to myself, this must be him threatening me, that if I keep him on child support he hasn't even paid yet. I don't even know how much it is. You already embarrassed me asking for a DNA test, knowing damn well our son is ours and our son belongs to you. But you want to publicly humiliate me and try to make it seem like I'm this hoe that cheated on you, when in fact you've been cheating on me the whole time. Okay, but you want to deem me as the untrustworthy person. So you humiliate me and make me have to take this damn DNA test, file for child support that you asked for. And now you're calling me, telling me to take you off child support, because if I leave you on child support, things are going to get ugly and messy between us. When in reality, child support actually organizes the situation, because I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to see you. We don't have to see each other. You could just pay your child support and be on your funky ass little way. But no, you want me to take you off child support. So he's feeding me this whole, he's a new man and he's trying to be a good father and a good person and blah blah blah, and he wants me to take him off child support. But I'm not falling for the shit. I know this is some more bullshit for him to manipulate me. And so he decides he wants to send me some money. He sends me $20, $25, Cash App, via Cash App. Now I'm laughing. In my mind, I'm like, is this man serious? Our son has been alive since May 5th, and here it is, May 5th. Listen, our son has been alive since May 5th, 2018, and here it is, January 1st, 2019, and he thinks that $20 is going to be some sort of help. I mean, like I said before, I think that $20 bought me a box of Pampers, right? So me, I'm not the type of person that's going to be ungrateful. I'm sitting here trying to understand where he coming from, and then I found out right after he sent me the $20 that he was lying to me about where he was employed, that he wasn't employed. Like, he had lied to child support services and said that he was unemployed or that he had moved out of state. And I was like, this dude just keeps lying just to try to weasel his way out of paying child support, when really the same energy that he putting forth trying to duck child support, he could actually put forth that energy to get a better job so he can afford paying it, right? And so throughout this situation, I've been talking to his family, and we've been trying to smooth out the situation just to make sure that justice is taken care of, that our son is taken care of. That's the only concern about everybody that's involved. And so, except for who is Justice's father and his ex-wife Sidonia. Okay, them the only two people causing problems, and they add on to the problems, creating more lies and more complication inside of the situation. And so I'm trying to work with his family to try to smooth out the situation, do something positive. And if you've been following this story, you've heard my videos where I talk about these two, okay, and it's foolishness. And so finally I decide I want to give, Priest's ex-wife, an apology, because I feel like, as women, we're not supposed to be pinned against each other in this type of situation. Let's just move it out for my son so my son can have a healthy environment. So if he's with me, he's in a healthy environment. If he's with them, he's in a healthy environment. So I'm like, the only way that's going to happen, and the only way I'm going to get to a place where I'm going to feel comfortable with my son being around this demented ass lady, is if I take a moment, forgive her for her doing inside of this situation, her involvement inside of this situation, and just try to move forward and be the bigger person. And so I decided I'm going to get on social media, I'm going to get on my YouTube channel, I'm going to apologize. Meanwhile, this bitch is somewhere concocting up a whole nother dramatic ass plan, and decides that she wants to do a live stream with some people that classify themselves my enemies, which to me is like a step backwards. Bitch, if you want some damn peace between us, then you would want to, interact with someone who I am peaceful with. If you want to say, hey, I don't want to have anything to do with this situation, I want this situation to be smooth, maybe I should reach out to someone that that the Soncerae, whoever is close to Soncerae and is friends with Soncerae, maybe I should reach out to that person so they can chit chat with her, because I'm feeling like I don't have nothing to do with this. Now, if this is how a priest ex-wife felt, I wish she would have done that, but instead she decided to contact my enemies and start more drama. So I'm like, you know what? This bitch is dramatic and messy, and my son's father is allowing this bitch to be dramatic and messy, and I need to stay away from both of them. So throughout this whole thing, I haven't wanted anything to do with Priest at all, and the only reason why I even try to make it work is for my son. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, maybe I should, be cool for my son. My son need his father. But then again, like I said from the beginning, when I found out Priest had stabbed me in the back the way that he did, I said, my son needs a positive role model, not just any dude. Just because a man is biologically connected to a child doesn't mean that he's the best person for that child. And from what I'm seeing, my son's father is a piece of shit, on so many levels. And I'm looking at myself in the mirror like, why did I choose this piece of shit? How did I not see that this man was a piece of shit until after? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did it take me getting pregnant for me to see that this man was a piece of shit? Why before that, I didn't see any of this shit? You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is It's because I was giving the clown the benefit of the doubt. And that's why I tell women, you know, when you meet these men and they're giving you like these red flags and shit, pay attention to that stuff, even if it's little. Don't try to talk yourself out of it like, oh, maybe I'm tripping, you know, maybe it's not as bad as I was thinking. You know, no, fuck that, okay? It don't give these dudes the benefit of the doubt. And that's what I was doing with my son's father. So it's not that I didn't even see it. It's more of I saw the shit, gave the man the benefit of the doubt, and was like, you know what? I'm gonna work with him. I'm gonna try to help him improve as a person. Not even understanding that somebody at the age of 38, you know, trying to improve someone that fucking old. Come on, man. Like at some point you gotta realize that some people you just can't mold. And I thought he was, you know, had a level of potential in what someone I could mold, and that was just some foolishness. I don't even know what the hell. So anyway, I'm thinking he's trying to weasel his way out of child support. Okay. So when I finally decided to do apology, and then I found out that stupid bitch was doing the live stream, that ugly ass live stream where she was in it to talking to those people that was my enemies or whatever, talking negatively about my mom and me and all that bullshit. I was really like fed up, and so was, you know, a couple of members of his family. And so a couple of members of his family reached out to them to try to iron out the situation. And I found out that Priest's ex-wife somehow convinced Priest to not do what he was supposed to do in regards to his child support papers. And so they end up telling me this, and I'm thinking, this is why this situation is going the way that it's going. Like, this is why it's like taking so long in order for me to get a fucking child support check over here. And I'm like, this bitch, Sidonia, makes me want to slap the shit out of her, because she's sitting over here telling this dude what he should do in regards to his child, a child that she didn't help make. She needs to mind her fucking business. Let me handle my situation. Let me handle my situation with Priest. You and him want to go do something. It's very separate from this situation. So stay your ass on that side of the United States and let me, Priest, and Justice handle what we need to handle on this side of the United States. That's all I keep thinking, you know, but the bitch just keeps interfering. So I'm upset, right? I'm like livid over here. I'm like, this bitch done told him not to do what, and this dumbass actually listened. This is what I'm thinking. And so, damn, I'm telling his family, from what I understand, this is what I was saying. From what I understand, after I spoke to the Child Support Services office myself, they said Priest hadn't been to court yet. They told me they hadn't even got a copy of the child support order. I'm sitting here waiting for the child support order. I hit them up like March 3rd. I'm like, can you give me an update on my child support? They're like, we haven't received the court order yet. So I'm like, so I'm thinking Priest is the reason why we haven't received this. It's something that he's doing that's making it to where we haven't received this shit yet, right? You guys know I just moved into a new house. So the old place that I used to live in, my mail there, right? And one day I just decided, and this was like 3 days ago. One day I said, you know, I need to go to the old house and check the mail, because I know it's a shitload of mail in that mailbox for me. But I don't live there. I haven't been there. I have a new house. So I drive my ass all the way, because it's an hour away. I drive my ass all the way to the old house. I get to the mailbox, check the mailbox. What's in the mailbox? The damn court order for child support. I'm like, oh shit. Priest was telling the truth? Get the fuck out of here. I was like, what? Oh my God. Finally, the truth comes out of this nigga mouth. I almost did a dance. I said, get the fuck. I said, thank God this nigga did what he was supposed to do. So the person in the wrong in the situation was the Child Support Services representative that I called. And they were telling me that the child support papers hadn't even been sent to California yet, when in reality, them bitches was sitting in my mailbox. Like, it was like March 5th. They had been sitting there they had sent them papers out like March 1st or 2nd, right? And they had been sitting in my mailbox since March 5th. And here it was like March 21st, and I'm just now getting my hands on them. And so I'm like, damn, now I got to call Priest and apologize, and then tell his family that he did do the right thing. He did go to court. He went to court in February 21st. Now here comes the problem. got a problem because he's not being honest about everything. Priest is very selective about what he's honest about and what he still lies about. And that's my problem with him. I wish he would just be honest about everything. But what he does is he lies to you or anyone about the things that he's ashamed of so it can make him look better. And then he'll tell the truth about the things that he wants you to know. So it's like a 50-50 thing with him. And that's very, very much, if he's telling you the truth about certain things, you're thinking he's going to tell you the truth about everything when that's not necessarily how it is. So with him, it's a 50-50 thing. Sometimes he'll be telling you the truth. Other times he'll be telling you a lie. And I figured this out about him, and I was like, this nigga, I just got to get to know him better to know when he's lying and when he's telling me the truth. And we didn't even get to stick around each other long enough for me to even figure that out. I just figured out he was a liar, and I was like, okay, we need to figure out which when he's manipulating me and when he's not. Okay, so he went to court. He told them he was unemployed, but he told them how much he made within the past 2 years from 2016 to 2018. So they based our child support off of what he made 2016 through 2018. Now, mind you, remember, you're dealing with Miss Moneybags over here. So I got my own bread. Do you know this child support order? Listen to this. I am responsible for 63% of expenses. Me. Now, I already take care of my child full time. I work full time. I have all these side hustles. And I'm still responsible for 63% of expenses that has to do with my son. This man only gets to take responsibility for 32% of expenses because he makes significantly less than I do. He makes about $16.69 a month. So my child support is $269 a month. Child support that he still has not paid. He's about to be 2 months behind on child support. And it's only $269. And I'm thinking, okay, if you could keep your phone on, let's say you got a phone, but you don't have a job. How do you keep your phone on? You're doing something under the table, apparently. You're getting some type of money, some type of way. He has his phone. So, what is he doing to survive if he doesn't have a job? That's my question. You're on child support. You're unemployed. So you're getting paid under the table, apparently. Because how are you surviving? This is why, fellas, when you are, and this is a lesson. This live stream is a lesson. You know how I am. I teach lessons. Fellas, when you're in your playing phase, you don't know what type of man you are. You don't know whether you want to be with a woman. You don't know whether you want to get back with your ex. You don't know where your feelings are. If you're in a basic state of confusion up in here, two things need to happen when you're dealing with women. Number one, you need to be very honest about where you stand. Because if you lie and depict yourself as the husband or the boyfriend material or the father or the blah, 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 if you depict yourself as such, if you depict yourself as the commitment type and the person that blah, 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 you can put yourself in a really fucked up situation with a woman. Because you're misleading her, making her believe that you are something that you're not. And the only reason why you're doing that is because you know that the woman that you're dealing with will only you if you are that man. Because if she finds out that you aren't, she's not going to fuck with you. So the one thing that men need to stop doing is manipulating women. Be honest about where you are and where you stand. Okay? Because you can be caught up in this type of situation to where you're unemployed and you need to pay child support and you're 2 months behind. Okay? And it's a shame that the child support is only $69. That's half of one paycheck out of the 4 paychecks that priests would get a month. That's not even a lot of money. That's $269. This nigga is struggling to pay $269. And I take care of my son by myself every day. And I live in my own home, do my own thing, live my life, work every day. And somehow I managed to make a significant amount of money more than this man. That's number one. Number one, stop being dishonest. Don't pretend you the guy. Number two, put on some protection or don't have sex at all. I know men love sex. You can't tell a woman, oh, I don't want to have no kids, or I don't have no kids, and then you don't put on a condom. That doesn't make any sense. We grown-ups here, we all know that when two people have sex, there's a possibility a child can be created. So if you don't want kids, number one, don't lead a woman on to believe that you do by your words or by your actions. Because the stuff that's coming out of your mouth don't run parallel to your actions. So if you're saying, I don't want kids, and then you turn around and you lay down with the chick and you don't put on a condom, that's stupid. Your actions are not running parallel with your words. Priest never said to me, I don't want kids. I don't want to be a dad. I don't want kids with you. His words were always, I want to be with you. I love you. I want to marry you. I want us to be together forever. I want us to have kids. That was always Priest's thought process when dealing with me. Not once did Priest ever say, I don't want kids. Okay? So his actions and his words were running parallel. Because he was always around. He was always there. He was always doing everything a man that, I required. What I required from my son's father is what he gave me. Okay? Then, when I got pregnant, the real him came out. The man that didn't want kids. The man that was confused. The man that didn't know whether he wanted to sleep with his ex, whole bunch of women, or be, remarry someone. He didn't know. You have to be the man that you are upon meeting women. And I promise you, even with you keeping it 100 with women, you'll still get some ass. Because there's some women out there to be like, oh, you want just fucking, that's it? Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Not every woman is going to want you past that. Don't be so arrogant enough to believe that you can't tell a woman, oh, I just want to sleep with you. Trust me, it's plenty of women, even women watching this video right now, that if you said to them, yo, I just want to sleep with you and that's it, they'll do that. Women are in different areas of their life. Not all women are on the same playing field. Not all women sitting here looking for a husband or a boyfriend. Some women trying to avoid that shit altogether because they just got out of a relationship. They just got hurt from somebody. They don't want commitment. They working too much. They working on something else. Get the foolishness out your mind that women will only want to fuck with you if you're trying to get married. That's not all women. Not all women are on that level. Some women are doing some other things with their life where that shit is irrelevant to them. Okay? So be honest with women, because women will definitely say what's up. Now, as far as child support goes, men can avoid child support altogether. If number one, when something to where they end up having a child, because usually most people, when they have children, all people, usually it's not planned. And even when people plan children, it never comes the time that they wanted it planned. That's rare. Okay? So most people are having children just, by nature. You can avoid being on child support altogether if you show you are a responsible human being to begin with. When you're dealing with a woman who is a decent woman. Like, you do have women out there who will sleep with men just to get pregnant so they can get a check. But most of the men who are complaining about women using them for child support checks, you niggas is barely making crumbs. Stop. No chick is using you for money. You don't have shit. So get that shit out. No. Most of the time when a woman is dealing with a nigga who is broke, or a nigga who don't got his GED, or a dude that's only making $400 a week, she with you because she love you. It ain't because you make money, my dude. She ain't get pregnant by no broke nigga to use him for his money. There's no logic in that. And that's why I hate when all of the broke niggas who are on child support be like, yo, she's trying to use me for my money. Bitch, nigga, stop. You have no money. Okay? Like, no. If anything, she wanted to be with you. Okay? For you. So when you're dealing with women who have had children with you because they, love you or care for you, and then you decide you don't want to be in a relationship, the best way to deal with that situation is to always be there, especially during the pregnancy. Be there. Be there for the doctor's appointments. Call and check up on her. See how she's doing. It's still a responsibility, even before the baby is born. And then once the baby is born, be there. Call. Check up on him. If you can't be there for him financially, at least be there physically. Usually 9 times out of 10, women will be, you taking care of your kid to her. But then you got women out there who still in their feelings about the situation. If a woman is still in her feelings about a situation and she's not letting you see her kids or your kids together simply because she upset with you, that doesn't mean change your behavior to be worse than who she is. Still be the same dude. Because if you still the good father, the good person that you are, she's acting fucked up, you can still go to the courts and get custody of your kids and provide proof of her behavior. You see what I'm saying? If you're consistently trying to be there for your kids and do what you need to do and blah, 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 and she's giving you a hard time with your kids, don't mirror her behavior. Don't do worse. Don't stop calling your kids. Don't stop fighting for your kids. Because after you have like this history of you fighting for your kids and you got all this proof that you've been fighting for your kids the whole time, the courts will give you your kids. They will give you access to your kids and you will be required to not have to deal with her. So it's a win-win for you. But for some reason, people think, men especially, oh, I don't feel like dealing with her, so she won't let me see my kids. She's hard to deal with, so that's why I'm not paying child support. That's why I'm not taking care of my kids. No, that's you on some bullshit. That's you using what she's doing as a crutch to help you get away with the fact of you not taking care of your responsibility. Because how you behave is not a reflection of her. You control yourself. You get to control you at the end of the day, not her, you. So you can go into the course and here's proof that she did this. I ain't with it. I just want to see my kids, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to deal with her, blah, blah, blah. That's all you got to do. Still be cool. She on that drama, be cool. She playing them games, be cool. Because the second that you turn around and flip your wig, she can flip that shit around to like you unfit. Now, for the guys out there who, were like Priest, was fucked up from the beginning, still fucked up. Let me tell you what Priest did recently that didn't make any sense to me. As Priest's family had been trying to iron this shit out, Priest was talking to his cousin. And he said to his cousin, and I hadn't even received, I haven't received any child support. We have the child support order, but he's about to be 2 months behind. Okay. So, Priest's cousin, so cool. I love him. That's my girl. So anyway, she real 100. Like, she'll tell me some shit. I'll be like, damn, bitch. Hurt a bitch feelings. Just gonna hurt my feelings like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, really? You, okay. But she honest, and I love that. And she don't lie for Priest either. She don't lie for him. She not gonna lie for me. She ain't gonna lie for him. So she like a neutral person. So that's why I enjoy talking to her. So anyway, them two end up talking. Now she's like our mediator. So if he would have something to say to me, or if he wants me to know something, he can basically tell her. She'll tell me because we talk every day. I can't talk to him directly because our conversations, no, because the nigga's still lying and still talk about shit I don't want to talk about. All I want to talk about is justice. I don't want to talk about that other shit. He want to talk about other shit. I don't want to talk about it. He want to talk about relationship and YouTube and shit like that. I don't want to talk about this shit. I want to talk about justice. Okay. Like, I don't care about that other shit. So anyway, he tells her, if Soncerae needs anything for justice, tell me. I'll help. Right after that, my mother hits him up, says, yo, can you send $100? This nigga says, basically, no, that Soncerae isn't getting anything outside of child support. You just told your cousin that if Justice need anything, to ask. Okay, we need $100 for new food, new diapers. Send it. He says no. Soncerae is not getting anything outside of child support. This little $269. I live in California, my dude. What the fuck you think $269 is going to do? Nothing. So when you dealing with someone that will lie to their family or lie to another person to try to make it seem like, because his cousin was getting on him like, yo, you better take care of your kids, man. Like, that's some fuck shit if you don't take care of your kids. So he just telling her whatever he can to appease her, to pacify her. He's like, tell Soncerae, she needs anything for justice to ask. And then when we ask, it's no, she ain't getting shit outside of child support. Child support, he ain't even fucking paid. He 2 months behind on child support. This is the type of person that I'm dealing with. And not once have I ever used this man for money. I've always carried my own weight in a relationship. Anytime we go out to eat, I paid half. Anytime we paid for a hotel room or something that we both needed, I would put in my half. And the second I got sick and couldn't do my half, I still paid for gas, still paid for groceries, still did all of that. I couldn't pay as much as I used to when I was sick, but I did put in my half. I still did what I could, groceries, food, whatever. This is the selfishness I'm dealing with, the immaturity that I'm dealing with. And it's sad. It's sad. So, fellas, if you unsure, and honestly, I think he said no because he didn't have it. Instead of just saying, I don't have any money, his pride said, oh, tell Soncerae she ain't getting shit. Because I know what she did the last time I gave her money. You gave me $25, dude. I bought Pampers. What did I do maliciously with $25? You know what I'm saying? It's just ugliness. It's consistent ugliness with him. And this is what men do to harm their shit. This is what men do to harm their own situation. So, fellas, if you don't want kids and you feel like you're not going to be in a place financially to take care of them, never put yourself in a position to where there's a possibility you could have children. Strap up. That's basically my lesson. That's basically my lesson for today. That's my motherfucking lesson. Like, I'm going to be fine regardless. I told y'all when I was pregnant, me and Justice is going to be fine. So, you don't have to pay child support. I still haven't even, I got to do the damn direct deposit papers where it goes into Justice's trust fund. I haven't even done that yet. I haven't done that. I'm supposed to do that. I haven't done that yet. But he hasn't paid yet. And he tried to make it seem like he paid. He told his family he paid. If Soncerae needs anything, tell her to ask. They're already taking it out my check. What check, nigga? You broke. You unemployed. They're not garnishing your pay. They're going to garnish his pay once he starts working, by the way. They're supposed to garnish, but they haven't. So, he's not working. He's probably getting money under the table, not sending anything, but making it seem like to his family that he wants to be like this amazing father. And that Soncerae is making it hard for him. And that Soncerae is causing all this drama because she hurt that he chose his ex-wife over her. Both of y'all broke as fuck. Why would like both of y'all broke as fuck, struggling like hell. I'm in California living this amazing, wonderful life that God done blessed me with. I'm telling you, I'm so grateful and so happy, and I'm just doing it amazing. And I'm supposed to be jealous and giving you a hard time with seeing your son because I'm jealous of y'all shit. Y'all been broke y'all whole marriage. Like the fuck, 14 years. 14 years of fucking broke, and I'm supposed to be like, I'm mad. Come on, man. Why would I be upset with a couple who didn't have a wedding, didn't wear wedding rings, had no stability whatsoever, no kids, no money, no nothing? Like, if I'm gonna be jealous of a couple, I'll be like, damn, they had this amazing wedding. Damn, look at that fat ass ring on her finger. Damn, look, they got amazing kids. Look at their family structure. They don't have none of that shit. Damn, look, they traveling all over the world. Damn, look, they got a mansion that they living in. Then I'd be like, okay, maybe I need to be a little salty. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have none of that shit. So why would I? Anyway, niggas are unemployed. I'm not getting child support yet, and he's 2 months behind. It's $269 a month. That's like, what am I gonna buy for $269 a month? I mean, groceries alone is about $300 to $400 a month. Just my groceries, and that's it. And then I live in a house. I have bills and shit. A car. I mean, my son, I think I try not to be too, okay, put it like this. You know those little jars of formula that's like 21 ounce or 19 ounce. Them shits are like expensive. So if I get 4 or 5 of them, it's costing me like $80 for the little things of formula. And just to go through formula like it's nothing. He's a boy, so he's eating like crazy too. He has food, he has diapers, he has clothes. He's getting big every day, so we gotta consistently buy him clothes. And he has daycare. Daycare is $400 a week. A week. And Priest is only responsible for $269, and he has not paid that shit yet. This is the shit I'm dealing with. I got to go to work, y'all. Yeah, I work on the weekends. I got a baby to take care of. I got a son to raise. You heard what I'm